Hi, so I'm out on my way to do some skiing, but on the way let's talk about the Tesla Model Y that I bought 5 months ago. So it's my first Tesla, second electric car, and I must say Tesla is on their way to deliver good cars, but it's not perfect yet. You can't compete with Tesla and the charging system they have, and also the infotainment system. And it's a fun car, lots of power, and it's basically set up as more as a race car than an SUV, which is a bit of a bummer for me, but hey, it's a decent car if you have a decent road to drive it on. But I bought this car in September, which means I didn't get to use it very long on the dry tarmac at the fall there, but winter came pretty fast, and then I realized that this car is actually made in California for Californians. They haven't thought a little bit of winter time when they designed this car, and that goes all the way from the door handles freezing up, the frameless windows, basically the windows freeze, get stuck, you can't open the doors. Also the rear view camera, you can't drive more than 10 minutes, and that one is useless because it's so much dirt and snow and stuff like that on it. So you need to wash it before every use, which is pain. Also the way the car is set up for driving, it's set up for good friction. On the Model Y and the new Model 3 you cannot adjust the regeneration of electricity. So when it's slippery outside and you let go of the throttle or e-pedal or whatever you call it, this car, which will slide with its rear wheel, it's like pulling the handbrake of a normal car. And of course the electronics will fix this for you, but the basic setup is totally wrong. Without electronics, this thing would be pretty much impossible to drive in the snowy and slippery conditions. It doesn't give you that thrust in the winter time when you can feel the rear end sliding around all the time. Also a big bummer that it might have been fixed now, but a lot of Norwegian owners have had trouble with the heat pump. When it's cold, the car stops producing heat, which is straight out dangerous. If you drive up in the mountains where it's 14, 20 minus degrees, you'll freeze to death if the car can't produce heat. And you see, I'm bringing some skis here today. Why don't I use the middle seat to take down the middle seat? Well, it's pretty much impossible with two child seats in the back. And when you take down that middle seat, the children cannot put their buckles on by themselves anymore. So that's a pain in the ass. Another problem that Tesla has is the cameras, especially the one here. Every time there's cold outside, that thing fogs up. It will produce ice in the glass on the door pole there, and you get that error message that the camera is covered up and you can't really do anything about it. So a lot of the function of self-driving functions will be gone every time it's cold. So I think that's my little blowout towards Tesla today. If you don't agree with me, give me a comment below. If you have other thoughts, also please give me a heads up. What about the battery life in the winter time? Well, it's as expected. I knew that it's gonna be a bit shorter when it's cold, and as long as the car is actually plugged in the wall connector, it's not that bad. I mean, if it gets the chance to heat up the battery before you go on your drive, you don't lose that much. But if you don't have that opportunity and you're going to use the battery power for heating the battery bank, then it's using quite a lot. And also one thing that's using more power than I was expecting was actually just standing still, not using the car. You lose quite a lot of power just by doing nothing. That was a bit of a surprise for me. But I mean, driving range on this thing is a long range version, so it's perfect. All right, I'm here. I'm gonna go ski now.